Why, hello everyone! Welcome back to a little bit more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where today we're going to be talking about, of course, charisma, and basically what you wear and how's it going to affect how you look. If anybody has noticed before is that no matter what you wear, kind of, the numbers don't really make sense. So let's go take a look real quick what I mean by that. So for starting off, to do a test like that, we have got to turn Henry into a basic Henry. Strip all the items off of him. Just strip everything we have. Baseline charisma 11. And you'd be like wondering what's going on. Well, of course you got all your perk stats here and there. So aside from perks, we're just going to say based off of clothing here and naked Henry with nothing else. And there you go. Our charisma now is at 0. 0 charisma whatsoever when you're naked. No perks whatsoever. And basically what we're going to be answering today is what you should prioritize if you want a higher charisma, if you have no perks or anything else. To get the level 30 charisma is much easier than you think, even without perks. So we're going to start with some items that might be giving confusions here and there. Alright, let's start with something basic. Your noble belt and your noble pouches, no matter what you do, if you have a knight's one or anything else, they do not give you any charisma whatsoever. So also weapons, shields, and all that stuff, they don't give you any charisma as well either. And just to mention really quickly that each of the items I'm going to be showing today is based off Henry being super clean, brand new items, they're not dirty, no blood covering them or anything else. So those sort of things do affect your charisma, but I won't go into that today of how much it will do, but just know that take a bath every so once in a while and repair your stuff. Also, items do have different values of charisma based off their quality. So if it's a gold, level 3, level 2, level 1, they will have different quality of charisma that you can get. So do know that when you're buying at a tailor shop that sometimes values can change here and there, but I'm going to be using level 3 for most of this video. And we'll go over just on a really quick rundown of how much charisma you should expect from each category. We'll start off with jewelry. Right now, go for the highest value of jewelry. They're going to have really weird stats on them as well. You can see it's supposed to give 50 charisma, but it doesn't. So there's some math behind there I'm not entirely certain about, but just to put in perspective, having these two categories of the best items on here will get you about 5 charisma. The best boots in the game that you have down here, expect to have about 3 charisma total. And you add some spurs on there, noble spurs, you can get up to 6 charisma. So Hungarian spurs 1, knight's spurs give you 2, and noble spurs give you 3 charisma. Where it gets some nice noble spurs, they work out pretty well. The highest charisma-based gloves I've seen in the game is about 3. Will get you about 3 charisma. Noble gloves will get you about there. You can find them at most tailor shops in Gutenberg. Everything else around here starts to get more complicated. Now, you would think like full set of armor will do a lot better. So you put a Brunswick, helmet, bassinet, if you want to say. It only gives you about 3 charisma. These 3 slots here for armor, they don't really do dilly squat. Now, if you switch that out for a really fancy hat, this is a pretty good one right here. You'll get up 4 charisma. So compared to all 3 slots of the armor, you can only get about 3, maybe a little bit higher. I have seen you get up to 5 before. The thing I would suggest is that you just wear a nice underneath mel collar with the badge here. Mixing and matching these two, because you can't wear an actual helmet with the hat. The other part that's pretty well, you're having hoods. There's lots of different hoods here. By itself, you expect 7 charisma for one of the highest items that you can have out here. They do pretty well. Now, here's the thing that gets a little bit weird that you'll have to start taking into account. Now we start going to body slot areas. This is where it starts getting a little bit more complicated. Your best bet out of this entire thing, we're just going to bury the lead here, is the body coat. That's really where you're going to get your most charisma out. So I would highly suggest buying the best coat you can buy out here. Burger coats are pretty good. Patron coat is a DLC item. It's probably one of the best ones that you're going to find out there. That should be at your access. Fitted coats are the same thing. Now remember, there are fitted coats down here that have lower charisma, even though they're the same name, but they don't look as pretty. So mind the difference there. But fitted coats off there, they'll get you about 20 charisma. If you buy the best style out there, if you can find it. And that's a pretty good cover. And the one thing you got to watch out for this, the coat situation covers over this entire region that you have here. And it can basically cover all the other charisma items over. It's kind of really not worth explaining any of these other charisma-based items because right here, it just doesn't really matter. You're not going to really get a high set of charisma because the coat will cover over this. like, even if you have really fancy stuff, it's really going to drive down the price. I mean, even top tier charisma-based items, armor just does not cut it. You know, raise your charisma. But you can see all these items right here, they don't really do diddly squat. But at the same time, if all you do is just put on, let's say, a really nice coat on top of there, boom, your charisma now is at 20, which is basically what it was, no matter what. But even with all these items here, it's still 20. It doesn't matter. So that's what I was saying. Whatever charisma you want set is going to be based off of this coat. And this coat covers a lot more than you think. The other thing you should worry about, if you do have a coat on, you probably don't want to wear any of these other embroidered hoods over there, because it will lower your overall charisma if you have a poor quality one. You can see like these hoods are top quality to give you plus 30 charisma, but they're not giving you plus 30, but that's just the value. But if you wear a cheap one, it's going to drop your charisma quite a bit. So more items does not equal higher charisma. It just means whatever the highest value charisma items that you have out there is all that matters. And this coat covers a lot more than you think. It also encompasses over the pants. And I want to say that pants, in the grand scheme of things, are kind of a worthless item, because no matter what pants you put on here, rich, poor, whatever else, it's not going to change your charisma. Pants are useless in the charisma game of best gains. Yeah, they do give you charisma overall, but it often gets covered over a lot of times. If you're looking for the best charisma setup, you probably want to not worry too much about pants. Now, I will say a lot of the Waffenvox or whatever else, pants do matter after this. So if you put on a Waffenvox, it seems like they don't cover pants themselves. So pants do add into the formula if you're wearing a Waffenvox. But if you're looking for the best charisma, put on a coat. If you're looking for stylish things, then you probably want to wear pants. But then again, like I said, the most you're going to get out of this category, 20 for the complete, you know, upper body that you have here, including that. So, but overall in this case, just play around with the settings here. If you use a coat, add anything else you want in it, it gets you at such a far advantage for your charisma to be based up on there. You can get the level 30 charisma in no time. And this is without any perks activated. Just remember, perks are going to take you way over the edge too. Give him a nice brooch. Look at that. We're already at 30. And we haven't even put a hat on or anything else. Like, it is so easy to get the level 30 charisma. And that's all based off dealing with the coat. Wear whatever pants you want to wear. Don't care about the weapons. Doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your charisma. Boots only add so much, but noble spurs seem to be taking the day. Your charisma can get the level 30 without any perks, but even when you get all the perks lined up, and maybe even get a little bit of alcohol, you can get your charisma up a plus 10, 12, or whatever else you have, depending on what you have. So make sure to mess with that stuff. So I'm going to call it a part there, because I don't think there's much more to really say about how to get your charisma up. Essentially, buy a really nice coat, put that on, and no matter what you wear, you're going to look fabulous to the people of Gutenberg and everywhere else. After that, take a bath every so often, and you're fine. We can deep dive more into charisma about how it actually affects the gameplay, but charisma is basically one of the easiest things you can do for speech options. It should get you through everything. So buy a coat, cost you about 400 grosh and 500, and you'll have a good time. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this part, and I hope to see you around next time for some more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Have a good one, and goodbye.